B.O.B.'s, black owned businesses are out here. B.O.B.'s, it's a lifestyle and we out here. B.O.B., what we doing? Circulating that dollar in the black community, cause we out here. B.O.B.'s, black owned businesses are out here. B.O.B.'s, it's a lifestyle cause we out here. B.O.B., what we doing? Circulating that dollar in the black community, cause we out here. B.O.B.'s, black owned businesses are out here. B.O.B., and it's a lifestyle cause we out here. B.O.B., what we doing? Circulating that dollar in the black community, cause we out here. B.O.B.'s, black owned businesses are out here. B.O.B.'s, what we doing, cause we out here.
Hello everyone, welcome to Bob Lifestyle, and I am your host Chi Chi, and today I am here with Dr. Andrew Williams, and we're here at VEA Eye Health Professionals. And I'm going to interview you today because we are here in the area, we're here in Cascade Heights, and we want to interview all of our amazing black entrepreneurs. So I'm going to start with the first question, and that is, please tell us about your business and the services you offer.
So my business is an optometric practice with an optical. What that means is not only do we do medical exams here, vision exams here, but we also offer glasses, contacts, different vision devices, things like that. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we'll move to the second question, and that is, tell us about your entrepreneur journey to this place and what made you choose to start a company in this industry.
So I've always wanted to be a doctor since I was 5 years old. Going to Xavier University, it kind of led me to the path of optometry, where learning about the anatomy of the eye in school, the physiology of the eye in school, all those good things. And then in addition to that, I was diagnosed with glaucoma when I was 19.
Wow.
Yeah, so that kind of pushed me into this field a little bit more. So that is the main reason why I got into this particular field. And then actually joining the entrepreneurship business of optometry practices, I have found that there aren't that many black eye doctors in general in the country. So that in general kind of led me to not only wanting to open up my own practice, but also opening up a practice in the community where I feel there are faces that look like me.
Yes.
There are people that can kind of relate to me in my background and things like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I'm throwing something in here, but can you just share a little bit about your background?
Yeah, so I'm originally from the DC metropolitan area, and I grew up in a situation where my mom was a single mom for some time, and she did a little bit of struggling when we were younger, and seeing her do that and things like that, it kind of pushed me to not necessarily want to have my children go through some of those same situations.
Absolutely.
But in addition to that, I also saw the strength that she had in those type of situations. And now having kids of my own, I can kind of understand how much she was going through doing it by herself, whereas I don't necessarily have to do that right now. So that's a little bit of where I kind of got my inspiration.
Yes.
And then in addition to that, my wife and I, we moved to Atlanta about 3 years ago, and I opened up my practice about a year after that. So.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
I love the backstory. I always say you got to hear the backstory to a story.
Yes, for sure.
There's a story to the story, right?
Yes, for sure.
So my third question for you is, why is it important for African Americans to be represented in this industry? I know you talked about how you didn't see yourself in this industry. Why is it important for our kids to see you in this industry, or us in this industry?
So I think representation is extremely important. I was the only black male graduating in my class in optometry school, and there were four or five black females, but I feel that the field of optometry is starting to become a little bit more diverse, but at the same time, there are a lot of, when you're going to school, undergrad, things like that, you're primarily told, med school, not too many people know about optometry school, and then even fewer people of color actually know about it. So I think that that representation is extremely important. Even with my children, I try to make sure that I find them doctors of color,
Yes.
so that they can see, like, no, I can do that too.
That's it.
Type of deal.
That's it. You hit on the point that I wanted you to make. It's
Yeah.
so important for our children to see us in our community doing these things, because
Exactly.
we're smart, we're brilliant, we're engineers, we can do everything.
Exactly.
Okay.
I agree. I agree.
And so my last question for you is, how did you come to the decision to choose Cascade Heights as the location for your business?
So after my wife and I moved here, I was actually driving around looking for like real estate properties, investment properties, things like that. And I noticed I didn't see any optometry offices. So I went home, did some research, and saw that there was maybe like 1 or 2 optometrists in Southwest Atlanta, none of which had an actual private practice, like a standalone practice. And that, essentially sparked the idea of definitely opening up somewhere in this area.
Oh, that's good. And this
yeah.
is a great area.
It is. And after actually opening, I was able to get in touch with, people in the neighborhood and find out how much pride is in this community,
Yes.
how much history and culture is in this community. And for it to actually have the feel of a small neighborhood while still being Atlanta proper was an amazing thing.
Yes, I love it. I really love
Yeah.
it. And you're in a great location, all the different areas. It's just good to see where you're able to go to a community and you can say, I can go to the doctor here, I can go to the eye doctor, I can go get me some coffee next door, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And see you. So this has been awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
One thing I do want you to share with the people
Yes.
before we go is you have a lot of Hispanic presence as well, or history, right?
Yes.
And I remember you were talking about your clocks. Can you kind of give us a little history about why you have your different times?
Yeah, so we have the 3 clocks on the wall, one of which is, they're Africa, Panama City, or maps of Africa, maps of Panama City, and then also a map of Atlanta. So Africa, obviously, our history
Yes.
is in Africa. That's where we, started everything. And then my grandmother, she's actually from Panama City.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah,
Yes.
so the 3rd map is actually Atlanta. So essentially the clocks on the wall are kind of like a timeline. So starting in Africa with my ancestors, my grandmother growing up in Panama City, and then me moving to Atlanta.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
And I love that because you're fluent in Spanish as well.
Yeah.
The people have to know. Yes. Well, this has been so awesome. I'm
Yes,
glad
ma'am.
we had a chance to come out here
Definitely.
and interview you here at VEA I got to make sure I say this right. Eye Health Professionals.
Yes, ma'am. It is a mouthful,
with
but it is
Dr.
great.
Williams.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And to everyone out there, when you get a chance, come by Cascade Heights and come make your appointment ASAP, okay?
Thank you so much.
We out here, y'all.
Yes, for
Thank
sure.
you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome.